Good evening. Welcome to FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Jennifer Collins.
And I'm student meteorologist Alyssa Pedje.
We had a cool day today, right?
Yes, we did. Definitely felt the cold air come in after that front came through.
Yeah, we had the northwest winds coming out from out of the north, so it felt a little more chilly when you walked outside, right?
Yeah, I definitely wore a jacket to class today, and it was actually kind of nice. I love not sweating going to class.
Yeah, that actually feels pretty nice, especially when you go for a run or something in this weather. It just feels pretty nice when you walk outside.
Right, and going throughout this week, we're going to continue to have below average weather. And maybe some rain going into the weekend.
But with that, we're going to take things out to the wall with Ariana for a look at an overview of what's going to be on the show.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm not looking forward to that below average weather. I hope it does warm up, but for right now, tomorrow actually, if you're looking at tomorrow's forecast, you can expect 62 degrees in Tallahassee. And in Orlando, you're expecting 64. In Miami, you can expect 70. But all around tomorrow, if you didn't know, it's going to be sunny. So it'll be like today, no clouds in the sky, but it's going to be sunny. And we're going to go back to the desk for right now.
Yeah, thank you, Ariana. So actually, we're going to talk about Groundhog's Day, right?
Yes, we are. We're going to talk about how accurate this groundhog actually might be.
Yeah, so every year on February 2nd, Pakistani Phil makes his way out of his groundhog hole at somewhere in Pennsylvania. Is that right?
Right. I love this tradition. I think it's so fun, but NOAA says it might not be accurate for this groundhog.
Oh, really? So, yeah, if cloudy skies are occurring, so if he sees a shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter, right?
Winter, right.
Whereas if he
Let's
doesn't,
hope not.
Yeah. Whereas if he doesn't see a shadow, that means we'll have an early spring.
Right, which is what we were hoping for, because I know I cannot handle this colder weather.
Yeah, I'm looking for the early spring. So
right, but 39% of the time since the first Groundhog Day in 1887, according to Storm Facts, that said that it has pretty much no scale. However, we like the tradition, and it keeps us excited for the possibility of springing forward and also winter falling back.
But he has been a little more accurate over these past few years, isn't
yes,
it? Right?
Yes, actually, he has.
Yeah, so meteorology spring actually begins March 1st. So, like we said, if he does see a shadow, that spring will be a little bit later. But if he doesn't see a shadow, it's a little bit backwards. I keep getting mixed up every now and then. But actually, before it was Groundhog's Day, what was it actually called?
It was Candlemas Day.
Candlemas Day.
Right. Actually, back in the day, people used to put candles around, and whatever the shadow that would come from it would be signs of warmer weather.
Ah, okay. So what are the conditions that we're looking at going into February 2nd? I'm pretty sure it might be rainy there.
Yeah, it's going to be
cloudy and
rainy. So you might not even really be able to see the shadow if there is one. So.
Yeah. But with that, we're actually going to take things back out to the wall as I give a look at the local,
Thank you so much, and I'm going to be looking for that groundhog on Friday. But currently in Tallahassee, we have 53 degrees, and it is clear. The humidity is only 31%, so it is very dry outside. The dew point's at 23, so no frizz in your hair. You're going to need some chapstick. If you look at the satellite radar, there's no clouds above us. That explains the sunny conditions. There's nothing out there. Go look at the sunset, actually, because it'll probably be really pretty, but these clouds were moving out, and there's a little bit of clouds up in the north moving in, but not for a while. But for tonight, what you can expect 39 degrees, a clear night, almost a full moon. So if you're into the lunar stuff, go look at the moon. It'll be cool tonight, but it will be chilly. So if you're going on a stroll, I would suggest taking a jacket. And for the 3-day forecast ahead, on tomorrow, you can expect 60 degrees for your high, and on Thursday, we have a 20% chance of rain, and the high is going to be 66, and Friday, it will be sunny at 64, and right now, we're going to bring it back with Jen for the local forecast.
Yeah, and as we take things a little more local, we saw a range in temperatures since this time yesterday, 53 degrees around 9 p.m. yesterday, but we cooled down through the overnight hours as we saw low temperatures reaching in the upper 30s for most areas of Tallahassee, but throughout today, with those clear skies, we warmed up a little bit, but the cold winds kind of kept it a little bit cooler when you walked outside thanks to the wind chill. But today's almanac, we saw that high temperature around 56 degrees, keeping things mainly below average. Our average for this time of the year is typically 65 degrees. Low temperature, though, a little bit below average, as that average is typically about 40 degrees. But right now, we're seeing temperatures around 53 degrees for most areas of Tallahassee. With those clear skies, we're heating things up throughout the afternoon, but those dew points are making it feel fairly dry when you walk outside the door. You might feel your skin being a little more dry. You might need a little more chapstick when you walk outside. but that 9 miles per hour north wind is making things feel pretty cool when you walk outside. Current conditions across the Big Bend region, though, 47 degrees in Valdosta, about 54 degrees for St. Mark's, and a little bit warmer by the coast, 55 degrees in Apalachicola. So things are feeling a little cool when you walk outside the door. But these north winds are making it feel very cold when you walk outside because with the wind chill factor, you'll see temperatures actually a little bit below what you're actually reading when you walk outside the door. About 8 miles per hour in North Fort Perry, 10 miles per hour, a little more gustier near Apalachicola with that north wind. Satellite and radar, not much going on along satellite because things are very clear with a high pressure system to our north. It's just going to keep things clear going on throughout the rest of the day and into tomorrow. Tomorrow's forecast, though, 60 degrees. We'll see the sun sticking around for most of the day with these warmer than average temperatures with clear skies, so we'll certainly heat up throughout the day. Winds are going to shift more towards southeast at 5 miles per hour, so we'll keep things a little bit warmer going into tomorrow. But that 7-day forecast, we're looking at some rain going into this weekend. Wednesday, though, we're going to keep things clear for tomorrow, 60-degree high. But Thursday and Friday, we'll start picking up the rain chances a little bit. 66 degrees for Thursday, 64 degrees as we head into Friday. Saturday and Sunday are going to be kind of our wetter days. 20% chance of rain, mainly in the afternoon for Sunday with that high around 62. But Sunday is going to be our heavy rain day, about 50% chance of rain. So we'll definitely see some rain heading into Sunday, about 65 degrees. Not much cooling off, though, for most of the low temperatures, around 39 degrees for Saturday. It's going to be a bit lower, but not really a range like we typically see for most of this time. As I actually pass things off with Michael, as he's going to take a look around what's going on.
Yeah, we're going to zoom out into Florida, and you can see that in the northern part of the state, it's actually really clear, but it's actually cooler than average, where we're in the 50s, 50 in Jacksonville, 53 in Tallahassee. But down towards South Florida, they're still at the tail end of that cold front that moved through Tallahassee on Sunday. So it's 67 here in Miami and 62 in West Palm Beach. As we move into the satellite and radar, you can see that tail end of that cold front pushing off the southeast Florida coast this morning, and that's going to clear out by this evening, and it will leave for a very mild but pleasant night around South Florida. Up here in North Florida, it's going to become very, very cold because of clear skies. There's that cold front moving down to the south, and drier air is starting to infiltrate the entire state of Florida. So it is going to be very nice over these next few days as high pressure takes over. There's those winds again. You can see cold front allowed those winds to shift towards the north. So that's bringing that drier, cooler, more comfortable air for this time of year. Now, there's the dew points. Again, the dew points are lowering as we are behind the cold front. 23 in Tallahassee compared to 44 in Miami. That's actually feeling very nice in Miami for this time of year. So here in Tallahassee, you again need the lotion to moisturize your skin. But it was looking pretty good in terms of that dew point. For tonight, warmer down towards South Florida as they're near the water. So it'll be 55 in Miami. But as I was saying, up in North Florida, it's going to be 30 degrees in Tallahassee, so a very, very cold night coming up for the Big Bend area. And for tomorrow, the Panhandle is going to be warmer than today. Today we're only in the 50s, but tomorrow we'll be right around the average of 62, 58 in Jacksonville. And South Florida, 69 in West Palm Beach and 70 in Miami. Perfect weather for any activities you have, for golf, for doing anything you want to do outside. There's nothing to complain about in terms of the weather. But I'm going to send it back to the desk with Ariana as we're going to take a look at some of the events happening around Tallahassee. Right, Ariana?
Right, Michael. Have you ever been sitting at your apartment and you're like, I don't know what to do with myself tonight? But have you ever felt that feeling?
Yeah, I'm like, what am I going to do today? I'm like sitting there, sitting around like,
yeah, you may be feeling that tonight, actually. But we're going to tell you what to do tonight or later this week.
Yeah, and so tomorrow Krispy Kreme actually has free donuts. If you're a Krispy Kreme Rewards member, you get a free Valentine's Day donut.
Wow.
I actually want to get that. When I saw that email today, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go and get that.
I got that
love
email
donuts.
too. Yeah, I saw that even before February. Tomorrow is the 31st, so we're getting the sneak preview of Krispy Kreme's Valentine's Day donuts. Right?
Yeah, it's a really, really good deal in my opinion.
And also, if you like Gossip Girl, Madso is having Gossip Girl trivia tonight at 6:30. So, I honestly have not seen Gossip Girl, but I know lots of people out there are Gossip Girl fans. So,
yeah,
and if
I'm
you
not
like
into
trivia,
Gossip Girl,
you're not.
obviously.
Yeah, I've heard it's a great show, but
Yeah.
I need it's on my list. Don't worry.
Yeah, and then on Friday at the Globe in the International Center, near the I think it's near the theater, right?
It's by Denny's.
Yeah, by Denny's. They had their international coffee hour at 5 p.m.
Yes.
Pretty good event. I've been there once. So
I've been for that event
yeah,
too.
it's a pretty good event. If you
Yeah.
have any free time, that's another
Yes.
good thing to hang around
If
for.
you are a coffee fan, I highly recommend checking it out because
Yeah.
they have different coffee from different countries each week. So
Oh,
each
yeah.
week is a different country.
Yeah,
because
that's really good.
It's awesome. And also, tomorrow, have you ever wanted to learn how to garden? Because there is a gardening class tomorrow at the Seminole Organic Garden, which I'm pretty sure is by the stadium in Wildwood. So
Yeah.
it's always good to learn how to garden, save the environment.
Oh yeah, gardening. It can actually help you save money as well.
Exactly.
So there you go, another
Fun
good
hobby
thing.
to pick up, especially since it will be getting warm in the next few months, or when spring is coming. Not in the next few days, but
spring is coming up.
Perfect
and,
gardening weather.
Really good gardening weather
Especially for Florida.
Yep, for Florida, it's always
Yes.
good. So
Yes. And also on Sunday, if you want to go on a field trip to Swanee Ridge, there is one on Sundays. So
now where exactly is Swanee Ridge?
I honestly don't know, but I've always wanted to know actually. So maybe I'll go on the field trip. But
Yeah. We're gonna send it back to the
yes,
wall, and you're heading out to
I
the
have
wall.
a local forecast on the wall right now. So if you wanted to know what it was like currently in Tallahassee, it is 53 degrees. So the sun is setting, the temperature is dropping, the sky is clear, so that temperature will drop very fast. The humidity is at 31%, like I said earlier. It's going to be dry out there, so bring your chapstick. There won't be any frizz in your hair. Good hair day for everyone. Currently around the Big Bend around Big Bend, we have 53 in Tallahassee. Wilma, you're also at 53. Mariana, you're at 52. So we're all in mid to lower 50s at the moment. But if you like the 50s, go out and enjoy it before it gets too cold and dark, because it is going to be cooling down tonight. On the satellite, there's nothing, no clouds, clear sky. It's been like that all day mostly, so the sunset will be pretty, like I said earlier, but the temperatures will be dropping quickly because there are no clouds. So get out there before it gets too dark, because it is going to be a little cold. But if you want to plan your evening for tonight, at 7 o'clock, you can expect 47 degrees, and then it will be dropping to 40 at 10, and then at 12, you can expect 38 degrees. It will be very brisk outside, but it will be a clear sky, almost a full moon. So go look at the moon. That moon stuff is very cool. So for tonight, like I said, the low is 39 tonight. Clear night, almost a full moon. I have never been a fan, or I've never actually studied the moon, but I've heard it's very cool and it's very pretty, but there's not going to be much wind. So if you like nightly strolls, take a walk outside. Make sure to bring a sweater though, because it will be a little chilly. And tomorrow, what you can expect, 60 for the high, not much warmer, but a little warmer today. I love the warm, so anything warmer than it was before is awesome. The sun will stick around. It will be clear skies again, so no clouds in the sky. It's going to be looking good. And what you can expect for the week ahead. So on Wednesday, we have 60 degrees. Tomorrow, you can expect 60, the low is 31. Thursday, there's only a 20% chance of rain, so not too bad. Hopefully it won't rain, but the temperatures will be rising to 66, and then the low is 39. And on Friday, you can expect 64 degrees and only a low of 50, so the lows are rising a little bit. But the thing for this weekend, you have a 20% chance of rain on Saturday and a 50% chance of rain on Sunday, and Monday we have a 30%. So I would recommend bringing your umbrella with you and your raincoat with you this weekend, because there is a little bit of chance of rain. I don't know for sure yet if it actually will rain, but there is a small chance of rain. It's going to be warm though, so hopefully you'll be able to still enjoy that lovely weather outside, and it will be great. Go to Cascades, go on a nice run or walk. It's going to be awesome. Take your dog on a walk, actually. Dogs are really cute. But right now we're going to send it back to Jen.
Yeah, so I take things more to a wide picture, taking a look at satellite radar for most of the United States. We're keeping it a bit cloudy for most portions of the Midwest into the Northwest, as they do see a little bit of snow accumulation for much of the higher elevations in that area. But a little bit, we're heading into the afternoon hours for most portions of the Southwest, so they'll see the clouds starting to dissipate going into tonight and into the overnight hours. But the Northwest, they're going to see a little, the Northeast, they're going to see a little bit of snow going in through the evening hours and into tonight. But Southeast is actually staying pretty clear because of a high pressure system that's over our region. But currently across the United States, we're seeing temperatures ranging all across from the 80s all the way to the 20s. Detroit's seeing temperature around 20 degrees, so it's pretty chilly in that area. But Phoenix, they're seeing about 80 degrees with partly cloudy skies. It's a little bit warmer when you head over there. But Southeast, 53 degrees for Tallahassee and about 42 degrees with partly cloudy skies for Atlanta. We saw the temperature changing throughout from yesterday into today. About 11-degree temperature decrease since this time yesterday in Atlanta, but the Midwest that's where you're seeing the hike in temperature since this time yesterday, because we're actually going to have a low pressure system that's going to make its way across the United States. So ahead of that, you'll see temperatures starting to increase, but the dew points are telling the story about how it feels when you walk outside across the United States. About 11 degrees for Boston, so because of that snow, it's feeling pretty dry when you walk outside. But San Francisco and Seattle are a little bit higher dew point spots, about 48 in San Francisco and 35 in Seattle. So you see the moisture there, especially along the coast in that area. But as we take a look at the water vapor, you'll definitely see where the moist spots are for most portions of the United States. A surge of moisture for most portions of the Midwest, but the Southeast is actually staying pretty dry because of that high pressure system. So we'll definitely see the moisture starting to hike back up as this cold front is going to make its way over. But the winds across the United States, we're seeing a little bit of counterclockwise. Clockwise, not that much because of that high pressure system, but about 24 out of the Northwest for Washington, D.C. As we go in through the rest of the week, we'll see this low pressure system starting to make its way across the United States. Along with the high pressure also moving off to the east, and we'll see that low pressure with that cold front moving on through, as rain chances will be starting to hike up throughout the rest of the week. But for tonight, we'll keep things pretty cool as I head things back over to the lab with Michael.
Thanks, Jennifer. So the last few days here in Southern California, it's been very windy and it's been very warm. That is due to the Santa Ana winds. It was 88 degrees in Los Angeles yesterday because of these Santa Ana winds, which is the second warmest January temperature on record. And if you saw the Farmers Insurance Open this past Sunday, you probably saw that wind driving havoc on all those golfers. So what is a Santa Ana wind? Again, it's a hot, dry desert wind that goes to Southern California, and it's due to high pressure situated in the Intermountain West. So that clockwise flow of high pressure causes the winds to come from the north and from the east, and when it goes down the Sierra Nevada mountains, it speeds up, it warms up, and it's a hot, dry wind, and it causes a lot of fire danger. And it's common during this time of year, between October and March. Now, the importance of this is it causes a large temperature gradient over Southern California. You can be in the 50s up in the mountains, but down towards Los Angeles and San Diego. Again, Los Angeles was 88 degrees yesterday because of the Santa Ana winds. San Diego was in the low 80s yesterday because of the Santa Ana winds. And these winds could cause a lot of damage to trees and infrastructure, and it can also, again, increase the fire danger. The fuel is very dry. You do have those winds to cause the large, these quick wildfires. So that's a look at the Santa Ana winds. Now let's send it back to the wall with a look at the southeast.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, today we are fairly cool compared to yesterday. We're seeing our temperatures here in Tallahassee as 53 degrees, New Orleans 54, and further north towards Montgomery 49 degrees. So the further north we're going, we're seeing cooler temperatures as well for here in Tallahassee, below average. Taking a look at the satellite and radar from today, you can see that there's a cold front, the remnants of the cold front behind me going into the Atlantic. But the reason why you don't see many clouds here on our satellite and radar is because there is high pressure. So due to the high pressure, we're having drier conditions as well as clearer skies. But we can see a little bit of clouds coming from the west, and that is due to a cold front, which will continue to push through going into Friday. But going into the next few days is nothing really to worry about. Looking at the 24-hour temperature change, you can really see how big the temperatures have changed from yesterday going into today. So here in Tallahassee, we're 10 degrees cooler, Montgomery 10 degrees, and New Orleans -8 degrees. So that'll continue going into tomorrow. We're going to be getting a little bit cooler, possibly going into Friday getting a little bit warmer. Current winds, we can see the wind shift actually change because going from Alabama and Mississippi, you can see the winds shifting over by Shreveport, 8 miles per hour, Little Rock, 12, but going towards Florida where we are, you can see the shifts coming from the east and as well as the north. So looking at Tallahassee, we can see that we're at 9 miles per hour, and that's why we're seeing today it feeling a little bit colder than what it's saying on the thermometer, because it's bringing in like cooler air from the north. So that's why it feels a little bit cooler. That's why you probably had to wear a jacket today, because I know I definitely did. So taking a look at the watches, warnings, and advisories, there is a small craft advisory along the coast over in the Great Bend, as well as over by Key West, Miami, and all along the east coast of Florida. So definitely, if you know anyone going out on the water or taking a small fishing boat, definitely be aware that the water will be choppy and there are warnings out there. For tonight's forecast, we can see here in Tallahassee, it is 30 degrees, very, very cold. So there's actually a frost warning going in through the evening hours, but other than that, it's going to be fairly cool. Now looking over at Montgomery, we're also seeing cooler temperatures because it's north of us, and as well as Tupelo, 26 degrees. And looking over by Key West, I think it looks warm for tonight's forecast, 61 degrees, but for them, it probably feels fairly cold. So going throughout the evening hours, if you do have plans, make sure that you take into account that it will be very cold compared to usual. So now I'm going to send it over to the desk.
Yeah, so thanks, Les. So we're going to bring it into sports here, and locally on campus, it's a pretty light week in terms of our teams. Both of our basketball teams, the men's and women's, are in on the road this week, with the men's playing in Wake Forest tomorrow, and they're playing Louisville on Saturday.
So my hometown.
Yep.
I am
You're
going
from
for
Louisville.
FSU though.
Yeah.
I am a Knowles fan when I'm down here. But
Yeah, and it's gonna be
sound,
cold.
That doesn't sound like a light week though. We got 4 games this week.
Yeah, 4 games, 2 for the women, and the women's actually they're at NC State on Thursday, and they're at Pittsburgh on Sunday.
Yeah.
So again, all 4 places are gonna be cold.
Make sure you go, or if you can't go, support your school. Watch the game on TV, support your school, show some school spirit.
Yeah.
Because we got a busy week ahead for the basketball teams.
Yeah.
4 games.
Yeah. Basketball, women's, they're coming off a tough loss to Notre Dame, a really tough loss. But I hope they bounce back.
They'll bounce back for sure.
Yeah. Finally, we have to talk about the Super Bowl being this Sunday.
Yes. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl,
Again, it's
Michael?
Patriots and Eagles. I really don't like this matchup, but
if you had to
dreadfully hate the Patriots, so I have to go for the Eagles.
Okay, well, I'm going for the Patriots because that's what I put in my bracket. So
yeah.
I am in a bracket
we'll
back
see,
at home.
Eagles haven't won a Super Bowl.
That would be cool if they won,
Tom
actually.
Brady's going for his 6th Super Bowl.
Wow.
So
I'm excited for the commercials also.
Oh yeah,
that is my favorite part.
And FYI, this is going to be the coldest Super Bowl on record. It is indoors. Wow. It's in US Bank Stadium, but it's going to be the coldest Super Bowl on record. So if you're heading there, bundle up for sure.
Yes, bundle up even though it is inside.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to send it back to the wall again with
for our last local forecast.
Thank you guys. Yes, I love the Super Bowl. Definitely. Watching the commercials is one of my favorite parts, but hey, it's got fun for both guys and girls, because for me, I love the commercials. But looking at the current temperatures here in Tallahassee, we are at 53 degrees, but that's because we're getting more so towards the overnight hours. Today, we saw our temperatures in the mid-50s, so we're cooling off just a little bit, and we had a clear sky, so that's probably why we've been seeing a little bit cooler temperatures, and that will continue into the evening hours, which I'll show you in a little bit. Dew point, 23 degrees, which is why it felt very dry outside when you went outside today, because we're used to this humid temperature. Looking at the satellite and radar, not much in terms of clouds and rain. However, weather is every day, so we're definitely feeling those temperatures, feeling a little bit cooler because we don't have clouds like a blanket to keep us warm throughout the day. Tonight's forecast, we're seeing our temperature at 39 degrees, almost a full moon. So if you have time, look outside, look up at the sky if you have that time. And it'll be a clear night with winds coming out of the north-northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow's outlook, 60 degrees, warmer than today. We will continue to be heating up with those clouds gone and out of our way, with winds out of the northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it'll be a little chilly because of the wind. So if you are going to class in the afternoon or even in the morning, bring that jacket around. Tonight's highs, we're going to skip that and we're going to look at the golf index. We're going to see for Wednesday, we're seeing a 4. So 4 is good, and we're going to see sunny and light winds from the north 5 miles per hour. 5 miles per hour. Our 7-day, I don't know how to go back. But we're going to send it to the desk.
What do you think about the upcoming temperatures going on the rest of the week?
I'm glad it's getting a little bit warmer, but I would like it to be a little warmer. I'm a 70s girl.
Yeah,
I
think
like the 70s.
70s like the perfect
That's
temperature
what I'm
for me.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
It's a little nippy out there right now, but it's like better. At least it's sunny. At least it's sunny. There's no rain.
Well, earlier today I was noticing with the winds, it felt a little more chilly
it
because
was
of that
a little
wind chill.
chilly from the wind. I agree. I had a few layers on. That's the key to success in this kind of weather, in my opinion.
Just have
Layers.
Because when you walk into a building, you're able to just take off the jacket, take off the sweater. So
I always break a sweat at first, and then I'm like, oh, I'm cold again. But let's look at that 7-day forecast.
Yeah, so take a look at the 7-day forecast. We'll see the temperatures mainly staying in the 60s for most of the rest of the week.
That's good. I'm okay with that. 60s are great.
Yeah, but with the rain chances, about 20% chance of rain for Thursday.
Hopefully it won't rain, though. I like to go outside and hang outside on the weekends at Cascades.
Yeah.
It's a great place to take a walk or a run.
And with the low temperatures, 31 degrees actually going into tonight. That's going to be a little chilly.
That looks like it's the lowest it'll be, though. So we'll get it over with quickly, but
the freezing temperatures.
Yeah, don't like freezing in Florida. Not a fan of that.
Any other activities you're going to do for the rest of the week?
I may have to go to Krispy Kreme tomorrow and get that donut.
Yeah, the Valentine's Day donut. Yeah, if you remember, you can get a donut.
But I'll definitely watch some basketball, too, because we've got 4 games this coming week.
Yeah, we're doing well, too, this season.
So. Go Noles.
Better than the football season.
Oh, yeah, but it's okay. What about you?
Well, for the rest of the week, I'll be just hanging around, especially with the nice temperatures going on for the rest of the week. I know a few of our weather people are actually going to go golfing the next few days.
Oh, yeah.
It should be good weather for that.
Always golfing. Like the golf index said, good golfing weather.
Good golf weather.
It's beautiful outside. Not too windy, so it won't affect putt or I don't
the drive. I think
the drive. There we go. I obviously golf all the time.
And I think you have like a chipping.
Yes.
You have like an iron and
the closest golfing I've done was Wii Golf, Wii Sports. So, but.
Yeah, you can follow us anytime on Twitter, twitter.com/FSU weather.
And also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU weather.
We actually post our social media updates on there. And you can also watch us live anytime on youtube.com/FSU weather.
Yes, and don't forget about our Instagram. If you have pictures, tag us in them, FSU weather. We'd love to see your sunset pictures, sunrise pictures if you're up that early, but like us on Instagram too. Instagram's awesome.
And with that, I'm student meteorologist Jennifer Collins.
And I'm Ariana Goldstein. Good night.